Welcome to the Author Spotlight Show, a platform dedicated to celebrating remarkable women who share their purpose and their passion to make a difference in this world. Hi, my name is GailWatson. I'm founder and CEO of Women Speakers Association, a global community of women who use their voice to powerfully inspire others. Today, we're talking about a brand new book that's just been released. It's called Voices of the 21st Century, Women Empowered Through Passion and Purpose. This book features extraordinary women from various backgrounds and walks of life who share how their message has merged from their life experience. With passion and purpose, these stories inspire readers to embrace their own power, break barriers, and create a better future. These women are a testament to the strength and collective voice of women in shaping the world in which they envision. So today we are going to meet and speak with co-author of Voices of the 21st Century, Women Empowered Through Passion and Purpose, who's going to really touch on probably a common feeling that many of us have. So if you've ever felt that sometimes you just don't quite fit in, whether it be in your professional life or even in your personal life, you may want to have a listen to this show. So without further delay, let's please welcome best-selling author Aileen Boyle.
Hi, Gail. How are you?
I'm doing great. And you?
Yeah, none too shabby. Just getting ready for my break. I finish on Friday for 2 weeks. The kids finish school on Friday for 2 weeks. So, yeah, it's going to be great to have some time off.
Breath there. Anyway, okay, I'm super excited to be talking about this topic because it is one that's all too familiar.
Mm,
And
yeah.
I love that you give us permission. You say with the title of your story, it's okay to be a square peg in a round hole. And you kick off your story with, I never quite fit in. So let's talk about that. What inspired you to share this story?
Yeah, I think, when we were starting to talk about what kind of story that I could come out with, what was in me, I think when I look back at all the sort of my experiences of life and where I've got to, and now that I've got to this age, this age, what, and really just starting to really lean into who I am, I realized that absolutely I'm not alone. And the thing that came out for me was that when I started to look at what do I need, what is the thing, what is my superpower, etc. Actually, it's the thing that people used to kind of go a bit like that with me. And it's that thinking differently. And when I really dug into that, it was about um, some people seem to fit in flawlessly. And I was never one of those people. I had to work very hard at it, etc. And what I realized over the years was actually I wasn't the one with the problem. um, it wasn't a problem at all. That's the thing to really say. And once you start to realize what your skills are, you start and lean into them. You start to fly. And my superpower was the looking at things differently. Was the fact that I didn't quite fit into what society's norms were. You're raised to conform in a lot of ways. And when you don't conform or when you find it difficult to conform because your heart is whispering something else, that's when actually that's where the real the real excitement and the real skill set comes out. Um, and I don't say any of this for sympathy. It really was genuinely because my heart felt like it would take me in a different direction. And now it's like, okay, and having spoken to so many women, they're like, oh gosh, I felt like that as well. So I thought I just need to put that out there. I need to say it out loud and tell everybody that whatever path they're on, it's okay.
It's interesting, just as you were speaking about that you're going, well, there's so many people that seem to fit in, but yet then you said that you talked to so many women who felt the exact same way. So what
Yeah.
is it? Is it that we're good at sort of masking ourselves in terms of how we appear?
It could be. I think, for some of us, and I can only talk to myself, I'm a real heart-driven businesswoman, and I want to make sure that, and for me, business is all about people. So I want to make sure the people in front of me are comfortable and are given permission to be innovative. And that's the other thing is, I'm wired for change. And I think when you're wired for change, that can be a bit disconcerting for people. But again, when I was talking to other women, it was that conforming really can take a bit of a heavy toll on your well-being. And that's not good. And I think so when you feel like you're being contained or pigeonholed or sometimes our feminine energy, I won't call it being a woman, but that feminine energy is devalued in some way. That can be, you find yourself suppressing your true self, and that's never healthy. And
Mm.
so I think that's how it came out of when I was in situations. I felt, no, there's something else, there's something more. Um, I think there's another way to do this. And just letting those dreams and aspirations really align with what's going on in your heart, I think is the way to go forward.
I love your writing. You do write with such passion. You write with enthusiasm, just like how you sound right now. As you're reading that, you just feel you jumping off the pages with fire and purpose and standing strong, really. Like, hey, I am okay with this. So
Yeah.
as people are reading this, as you envision someone reading this somewhere around the world, what do you really want them to take away? Is there one key thing or a couple things?
I would say that really embrace all of your skill sets because it's not up to anybody else to tell you what is acceptable or not acceptable. I would say that's the main thing. And if I'd figured that one out a long time ago, I think, in my 20s, I just did things because it felt like the right thing to do. I didn't think it through. I didn't know what was the effect was going to be, but I was told by the older people quite quickly when that didn't necessarily, oh, perhaps you shouldn't have done that. Um, or, well, that's not the way we do it. Um, and I would say if you can figure that bit out sooner rather than later, you as a person will just fly and flourish and see all the joy that there is to have in your everyday. I work with innovation, I work in that entrepreneurial space. And I would say and I think that's why I've landed there, is because every single person is looking to do it differently. So if you can lean into that earlier rather than later, that's a real it unlocks such potential in you. That's the first thing. I'd say the other thing is look for women, people, men and women, because this isn't just a man woman thing. This is, look for people that you align with. Your core values are really, really important. And if you are surrounded by people where you feel like your creativity is being crushed, your voice is being shushed, um, and that you are not being able to just be you, then it's time to start to find those people. And I have to say, the women in this book are an amazing place to start. I would say, find your tribe, do that sooner again rather than later. Those are the two things. Yeah.
I love that. And I would agree with you that the women in this book are on fire, just like you, with their passion and purpose. And so that's awesome. And you hit a really good point there. And just what you're saying is in our earlier years, it sounds like we're often suppressed with, that's a bit of a crazy idea. That's not how we do it.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
how you should be. So now this has led you into, you have a business called Fortro.
Yeah.
I have to say it with a Scottish accent to really roll those R's, I guess.
Yeah.
I won't attempt to do that. Um, but share with us, what are you doing, like who you are today?
Mm.
How's this showing up in your business world?
Sure, sure. So this business came because I had been working with innovative companies, entrepreneurs who really wanted to just change the world. And I realized that it wasn't a big deal to me to be setting that up for them because, like I said earlier on, I'm quite wired for change and I love new. I love the art of the possible. So I set up the Fortro. It actually comes from Scandinavian. It's for fortitude, strength, trust. And so what I wanted right from day one was a company that lived my personal values. You know, if people would say, "What are your company values?" and I say, "Well, I like individuality. I like resilience." Uniqueness. That's those words that kind of push you beyond the norm. And everything I set up my program. So I work on I'm going to be launching a group program, which again is to provide a really safe space for those individuals that want to come together with another bunch of unique individuals and have share how they're going to grow their business. Everything is about the art of the possible. So the one-to-ones, the group programs, the talks that I do. I would say I live, breathe, write, talk, advise, mentor about pulling out that individuality in your business, in your product, in your service. And it's backed with, many, many years of being surrounded by other visionaries. And now I'm paying that forward. I think that's the best way to describe it. My business is about paying forward that the support that I got once I'd found my tribe, once I found the visionaries that got me and allowed me to just be me. So yeah, that's how it's showing up.
Wow, embracing you. And I love that your business is about paying it forward, everything that you've
Yeah,
learned and how you've freed yourself to just be able to embrace the unique you,
yeah,
right? Okay,
exactly.
so I'm sure there's many people listening right now just going,
Mhm.
yeah, I'd like that. I want that. So tell us, where can we get a copy of your book? Can we just reach out to
So
you or how?
do you know what? That is the best way. Anybody that sends me a message, any new connection, I always try and do a quick 20-minute Zoom call with them because I can't do it all the time, but I do love to speak to people. I'm a real people person. And, when they come to me and they're asking about their business, I need to know who's behind the business because what drives them drives their business. So definitely reach out to me. We'll have a quick conversation if that's okay with them. But yeah, message me, tell me where you are, what you're trying to achieve. And if you would love a copy of the book, then I will absolutely organize that for you.
Terrific. A great copy to bring on for yourself, but also a great copy to share with your if you're an entrepreneur and you have other entrepreneurial friends
Yeah,
that like this is a great book to let them know that you see them and that they are a person with passion and purpose. Great gift. So pick
yeah,
up a copy for yourself and for some friends and colleagues. That would be terrific.
yeah.
So, Aileen, I want to thank you for being so, I mean, I want to thank you for being so open and sharing who you are, kind of giving us that glimpse behind the curtain as to why you do what you do. And also, I really, really appreciate the business that you've created as, hey, this is my pay it forward. Love that. So thank you for sharing your heart and your passion and your uniqueness and embracing it and teaching us how to as well. Uh,
Oh no, my pleasure.
mm, just before we go, I'm sure you have some more words of wisdom that maybe you could leave us with in thought that we can use to take forward.
Sure. One of the quotes that when I ever do a presentation, I always start with a quote and end with a quote. So one of my favorites is Eleanor Roosevelt's. Um, you know, if you want the future that you want, is create the future that you want, basically. Create the future that you want. So that is it.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Create the future that you want.
Create the future that you
And
want.
if you need some help with that,
Yeah, you could create the business that you want, create the sales that you want. That's why I like it because it really is about whatever it is that you're working towards. You have everything you need, but sometimes you just need a little bit of help pulling it out. And so that's my gift to people is come work with me, let's pull it all out, let's get it out there, let's serve your clients, let's serve your audience, and let's just make you have the best business that you could possibly have, create the
all
future and the
right.
business you want. Absolutely.
That's excellent. Okay, so you can reach out to Aileen at fortro.co. That's Fortro.co.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Thanks so much again for joining us today. And I'd like to thank you who is listening today. And wherever you are in this world, please make it a great day. Thanks for joining us.
Take care. Bye.